Current affairs point number 7 and mind manipulation by the governing body. Hello everyone, my dear brothers and sisters, and whoever you are, welcome to this channel. My name is Abdias, and I am one of Jehovah's Witnesses, proud to be one. I am deeply convinced this organization belongs to the one true God, Jehovah. If you want to know my arguments on this subject, I refer you to videos 3, 4, and 5 on this channel. Allow me, please, to read to you Matthew chapter 24, verses 48 to 51, which refers to the faithful and discreet slave, that is, according to the current interpretation, the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses. I am reading you the words of Jesus. But if that slave is wicked and says to himself, "My master is taking a long time," and he starts to beat his fellow servants and to eat and drink with drunkards, the master of that slave will come on a day he does not expect and at an hour he does not know. He will punish him very severely and assign him a place with the hypocrites. There he will weep and gnash his teeth. Clearly, Jehovah wanted to inform us that this faithful and wise slave could end up behaving very, very badly. If you want to protect your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter from what's coming, then keep in mind, as you listen to me today, that the purpose of the 2021 update video number 7, which I'm about to comment on, is this: that all Jehovah's Witnesses around the world be united in the same way of thinking and acting, in this case, to get the shot. Keep this firmly in mind and you'll understand. Brothers of the governing body, you have fooled millions of our brothers and sisters during the jab crisis. My name is Abdias, and I think I see things clearly. I'm about to expose all the twisted mental manipulation you used in update points 7, 8, 9, and 10 of 2021. And I'm letting you know that Jesus is coming, because our dear Heavenly Father Jehovah is going to send him. He's going to deal with you, and you'll stop smiling. So let's start analyzing update point number 7 of 2021, presented by Brother Garrett Losh. Each time, I will quote him word for word. The only thing I will change is the word related to the jab. The entire analysis will be done in its continuity, which means I won't isolate paragraphs or sentences taken out of context. In the description of this video, I will explain how you can access the video in question on the JW website. In the description of this video, you will find the process, which will allow you both to better understand my analysis, but also to verify that I haven't removed anything from Brother Losh's statements and that my analysis is completely honest. The brother begins. In the last update from the governing body, Brother Ertz said that about 50% of Bethelites worldwide have been vaccinated so far. At first, it seemed impossible to get shots in some countries around the world. But it's incredible to see that today, over 80% of our worldwide Bethel family, that's more than 19,000 Bethelites, have been vaccinated. And we are doing everything we can to help the branches that still haven't been able to get the shot. End of quote. So, it seemed impossible at first, but it's amazing to see that today. You can really feel Brother Losh is just about to tell us it's a miracle we managed to get this poison. Oh sorry, I mean this vaccine. Oh sorry, I mean this gene therapy. Oh sorry, I messed up again. A therapy is supposed to heal. But since this product isn't meant for sick people, it's not even gene therapy. So, let's just call it this product. What does that imply? He says it seemed impossible at first, but it's amazing to see that today. That implies Jehovah is behind all of this, obviously. What comes next will clearly confirm it for us. The brother continues. As you know, by protecting the Bethel family, we are protecting the supply of spiritual food and ensuring spiritual activities in every corner of the world. On behalf of the governing body, thank you, dear brothers and sisters, for your wonderful cooperation with all the arrangements made during the pandemic. There have been a lot of changes in a short time, but you have been amazing. We love you deeply for your excellent attitude. You have worked shoulder to shoulder with us. End of quote. So, the supply or creation of spiritual food, we absolutely did not need it. We could have clearly used the thousands of existing publications and videos while waiting for the crisis to pass. So putting Bethel brothers and sisters at risk by encouraging them to get the jab was, I think, totally unjustified. Then the brother congratulates us for our wonderful cooperation with all the arrangements made and our excellent attitude in having worked shoulder to shoulder with them. Shoulder to shoulder. That means in unity. Unity of thought and unity of action. You'll understand this in a few moments. The brother continues, saying it's encouraging to see how our brothers and sisters remain united and spiritually active. And we really must continue to protect our unity. So, let me remind you that the purpose of this video from the governing body is to encourage all Jehovah's Witnesses to stick together. Please keep that firmly in mind. When you hear the word unity, you need to understand that it means everyone needs to get involved. The brother continues. What is unity? It is the quality of being one, unique, a harmonious state. Notice how the Apostle Paul describes what we must do to preserve unity. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3, I quote this verse, making every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit and the bond of peace. End of verse. Notice that it takes effort to maintain our unity. Paul said that we must really make an effort. Yes, work hard. What could threaten our unity? Let's see. What would happen if we became too passionate about divisive issues? The Bible predicted in 2 Timothy chapter 3 that people would be selfish or lovers of themselves, without agreement, cruel. That's exactly what we see in the world today. People are without agreement. They quickly become aggressive, taking extreme positions on all sorts of issues. We, as Christians, are not part of the world. We stay out of these debates. End of quote. Okay. Extreme positions are clearly condemned, and we must stay out of debates. The brother continues. For example, who would have thought that wearing a mask to prevent the spread of a disease could become a topic for debate? When we were children, our parents taught us to cover our mouths when we cough or sneeze. End of quote. So the brother, who thinks he has the lives or survival of 8 billion human beings on his shoulders, reduces the mask-wearing debate to the fact that when we were kids, our parents taught us to cover our mouths when we cough or sneeze. He condemns extreme positions by explaining that we do not have the right to debate. So, there is no possible debate. That means we are only allowed to accept the radical positions that are presented to us. And to make his point, he immediately uses the example of his own radical stance on mask wearing, which he doesn't allow anyone to question. If you can make any sense of that. Just so you know, Brother Lach, the vast majority of scientists around the world completely question the use of masks outdoors, for example, and point out that they are real breeding grounds for bacteria that thrive on carbon dioxide and moisture. Masks have also terribly hindered the development of young children in daycare, who need to see people's facial expressions for their own growth. Did you know anything, Brother Lach, about children coming out of school suffering from hypoxia? Did you know, Brother Lach, about that note you find on mask boxes explaining that these masks do not protect against viruses? And you claim that it's the brothers and sisters who are perhaps warning about this kind of danger who have a spiritual problem. Do you really think, Brother Lach, that there's nothing to debate? That doesn't seem very serious to me. Brother Lach continues. In his precious word, Jehovah sets out many practical measures intended to prevent the spread of diseases. So how did wearing a mask become a controversial topic for some people? Where could this way of thinking come from? End of quote. What do you think, brothers and sisters? Where could this way of thinking come from? So grotesque, ridiculous, and unfounded. From Satan, obviously, as we all understand. The brother continues. We need to be careful. We are all exposed to the thinking of the world, whether it's on TV, the internet, at work, or at school. There are many websites that promote conspiracy theories. If we're not careful, we could end up getting caught up in these debates. We might risk listening to the voice of strangers instead of paying attention to the channel Jehovah uses, the faithful and discreet slave. End of quote. So, debate is forbidden. We must listen to the channel Jehovah uses, that is, the voice of Jehovah, the faithful and discreet slave, or else you might be labeled a conspiracy theorist. The brother continues. The closer we get to the end of this world, the more essential it will be to listen to this channel for our safety and our spirituality. Go say that, my dear brother, to all the brothers and sisters you have killed. The brother continues. That is why, dear brothers and sisters, we appreciate you so much. As soon as you discern that Jehovah's Spirit is guiding the governing body in a certain direction, you are quick to follow, and as a result, we enjoy priceless unity. That reminds me of the biblical example of Naaman. End of quote. There you have Jehovah's Spirit guiding the governing body. Brother Loge continues with the example of Naaman, that general of the Syrian army who refused to bathe in the waters of the Jordan to be healed of his leprosy under the instructions of the prophet Elisha. So the brother continues. Naaman had his own opinion about how he should be healed. He had strong convictions, but Jehovah saw things differently. To be healed, Naaman would have to humble himself and allow himself to be guided by the channel Jehovah was using. What lesson do we learn from this? Like Naaman, we can have a hard time accepting certain things, especially if we have a strong conviction. For example, the strong conviction that the injection could kill me and my family. But one thing is certain, if we follow the direction given by the channel Jehovah is using, we will be blessed. But more importantly, we will remain united. Obviously, the devil does not rejoice to see this cooperation, this beautiful unity that we enjoy. So we must be on guard to preserve it. End of quote. Then, the brother mentions an event from the past that caused deep divisions in the organization during, I think, the post-war period, and explains that his brothers regained unity because they came together to clear up misunderstandings. So why is it that you yourself, as a member of the governing body, caused these divisions among many brothers and sisters during the crisis of 2020, which led many of them to distance themselves from the organization? Why don't you clear up the misunderstandings? Why don't you provide explanations for your actions during the crisis, now that we can see the outcome of it all? Why did you follow McKinsey's roadmap to the letter during the crisis? Could it be that you don't have a single acceptable explanation to offer us? Could it be that you are the victim of personal blackmail? And I do mean personal. I will elaborate on this possibility in one of my upcoming videos. Brother Losh is coming to the conclusion of his video. What have we learned in this news update? That Jehovah's organization is moving forward. Even during this pandemic, we see convincing evidence that Jehovah's Spirit is blessing and advancing the preaching and teaching work. Despite many difficulties, you, dear brothers and sisters, are doing everything you can to preserve our precious unity. Thanks to this, we enjoy a spiritual paradise in which we all work together in unity. Satan will continue to try to sow division, even among Jehovah's servants. End of quote. I am 100% in agreement with this last statement from Brother Losh. Satan will continue to try to sow division, even among Jehovah's servants. Satan has clearly used members of the governing body to divide brothers and sisters as well as families. The governing body had a clear obligation to remain neutral. All they had to do was encourage the brothers and sisters to think carefully, analyze the situation, pray to Jehovah, and make their own decisions. It was as simple as that. Not to get involved in this matter. The brothers and sisters are not babies. They have television, radio, and a brain right inside their skull. Come on, they know what a virus is. They've been taking care of their health for decades. Take care of your own, brothers of the governing body. We'll take care of ours. And believe me, the pigs will be well guarded. The brother continues, what can we do to succeed in resisting these attempts? So, Satan's attempts to break our unity. Let's pay close attention to the channel Jehovah uses, the faithful and discreet slave. Also, let's refrain from getting passionate about the causes of this world, whatever those causes may be. End of quote. I think you understand that not getting passionate means not getting into debates. Debate is forbidden because it's the spirit of Satan's world, the conspiratorial spirit. And finally, the brother concludes, there is no doubt that Jehovah will richly reward all those who support our King, Jesus Christ, in the channel he uses today, the faithful and discreet slave. End of quote. There you have it. This pathetic, pitiful, and criminal handling of the crisis by the governing body was blamed on Jesus Christ. I think he must have been very pleased to hear that. This time, we were reminded that Jehovah was using the governing body as his channel of communication. And 13 times, the brother used the word unity, which refers to unity of thought. We must think and act the same in unity. Brothers and sisters, please be kind and never tell me again that we were pressured to get the shot. Please. I'm preparing analyses for current topics 8, 9, and 10. Don't hesitate to like, comment, and share. On my right, the main video of this channel. On my left, the little button to subscribe. Thank you for listening, and see you very soon.